and welcome, my friends. Welcome to November's angel reading. Whew, it's been quite the month. Can you believe we're already in the middle of it? It's truly crazy to me. As we step into that extremely busy time of year for us, I couldn't think of anything more important than channeling that angelic energy to help us get the wisdom and the insight that we need and want right now. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to see what the angels want to share. Of course, I do have the Angel Tarot. It is not perfect. I am slowly but surely working on my deck. I also have the Healing with the Angels Oracle and the Angel Inspiration Oracle. Again, I enjoy both the Oracle decks, as they don't have a lot of blurby words to them. A lot of angel decks will give you a lot of explanation. I don't find that helpful. I find that distracting for a lot of people. All right, let's get into this. What do the angels want to share with my friends? There it is. Yep. Okay. The card that I could feel but couldn't get. We have the Nine of Wands in reversal. This is the card where the fellow is leaning on the wand and he's got 8 wands behind him. He looks exhausted. He looks beat up. Like I said, many of us, whether we're resisting it or not, are feeling it. We don't have that true energy or full energy that we had hoped or wanted. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. I do like the word juggling because it is a juggling act. However, I've never done a reading where tarot is just one word. Yeah, it's a juggling act, absolutely. But we are looking at an instability and an imbalance that's happening. We're feeling that push and pull, and we're getting to that breaking point. It feels like a balloon that's been blown up too much, and there are thin points there. That's why we've got the Nine of Wands in reversal. We feel thin, we feel exhausted. Not only do we feel energetically beat up, we feel that the wands, opposed to firing bright and passionate, are dulled and their heads are in the ground, causing no passion, no connection. The Eight of Swords in reversal. Really talking about how we do feel penned up. We don't know how to deal with it. It is a frustration and causing more challenge. It's hard to set boundaries. It's hard to say no. How do you go forward? You want to please everybody, yet at the same time you're feeling just so, oh. There is no simple or easy answer here. Not everybody is going to be thrilled or excited about your choices. But your choices need to be more in line and in tune with what you need, so you're not adding more to the Eight of Swords. You're not causing self more problems, more challenges, because let's be honest, we're good at that. The Magician, first card in the Major Arcana, and of course we're looking at using our everyday tools, our light, our joy, our happiness, combining it with the universe, working with the high vibrational energies, and taking those steps forward. It's not going to be a race. It's not going to be fast and furious. It's just working with what we have and what we're comfortable with working with, and being open to new. They may not be tools that we go to right away, but open to what is being shared, what is being offered, and not being afraid of what others are going to say or think. There is only 24 hours in the day. It does not matter how hard we try, and we're not going to change that. We can, however, change how we're feeling, feeling with connection. We can work with our energies. We can feel more balanced, more able to move forward. 8s in tarot are about abundance. We're not seeing it. We're not feeling it. We don't feel like we've got abundant energy. We don't feel like we've got abundance anything. We need to start to look at that priority, putting self a little bit more in that frontal priority than the caboose, if you will. You will not be able to please everybody, and it is going to be important that we do set up some boundaries, which we've been resisting, and being okay with saying no, because sometimes people like to take the easy way out and push stuff on others because they don't want to, or in generally some people do need extra help. However, you need to weigh things out for you. Keep that balance in tow. The Queen of Swords in reversal. She is all about using her head, picking herself up when things are hard. She's hit every hard rock. She's been brought to her knees. She gets it. All the knowledge she has is in, firsthand experience. Those stumbles, those falls. We need to look at turning her so we're not an ice queen, we're not disconnecting. Because again, when things start to get hard, a lot of times we become more reactive. Rather than using our words, we shut down and that ice starts to form. And then we become reactive and explosive. Deep breath. Start to look at using your head. You do not need to be a psycho ice bee to those who are asking for help. Setting up healthy boundaries, working together, using your words, asking for the help that you need too. And this is going to be an important part of the Queen of Swords here, and being open to what is being done. Others may not do it the same way. They may not be exactly how you would have done it. Know that that's okay. It's okay to be different. It doesn't always have to be your way, which the Queen of Swords does not really like too much, nor do we. Difference brings in new ideas, new opportunities. Deep breaths. Take it slow and steady. The Knight of Swords. Really talking about making sure you've got those boundaries in place. Don't just jump in and say you'll do things. Don't jump in and exert yourself to the point that that balloon pops, that you feel overwhelmed and you start to see the 9 and the 8 slide even deeper. We want the energy, the enthusiasm, the excitement, because let's be honest, not only are there a lot of expectations and demands right now, there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of opportunity to have joy and happiness. Family and friends are close. No matter what you feel or what feelings that are surrounding you for the holidays. Now, please be aware of how things are coming forward. You don't want the Knight to be running helter-skelter, jumping into different agreements, activities, missions, adventures without balancing things out. You want to make sure that it is something that's going to be achievable, that you're going to feel good about doing, and it doesn't add in extra taxation for you. Yes, some adventures, some aspects fuel you and you feel better, while others will just add to this heaviness. Weigh things out. We do want to use our head. We just need to be in control of ourselves. Be honest with ourselves so that we know where those boundaries are. Taking time now to reflect in on how you're feeling, what's happening, your energy levels, and looking forward a little bit. What other commitments do you have? How can you ensure that those positive pieces keep moving forward and you have the energy? It's not just I'm going to do, and then crash and get sick and really struggle through the holidays. We want to make sure that this is a time where you're seeing that energy fly and flow, you feel good, and this is a time that fuels you rather than you feel that balloon wanting to pop. Let's look at what other supports and insight the angels want to share with us. I know this is easier said than done. It's hard to say no to people. It's hard to set those boundaries and hold them. So that's another piece, holding those boundaries. As we do want to be there for everybody. We want everybody to have a great time. Use your creativity. The magician talks about using your tools, using your skills, which includes creativity, right? Maybe it's not so much of a no as I can do this part if you do that part. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to always be, well, no, I can't do that for you. Well, that can be really rough, especially when it's people that you love. Use your head. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is is in reversal. However, that doesn't stop us from turning her and realizing, yeah, let's use our frontal cortex, that third eye thinking center, to our advantage. Archangel Zadkiel. Amazing archangel, brings in that peace. And this is going to be a big one, guys. Forgiveness. I have healings with Archangel Zadkiel, and that's what we do. We look at that healing of self. That self-forgiveness is going to be so important because, again, we want to be everything for everybody. And dealing with the feelings of not being enough, not being able to do enough, can be taxing. So that self-forgiveness is going to be huge. Friendship. And if you look at the mirror, so we have an angel that is looking at us. This friendship, this connection, is more of a connection that she's having with herself rather than us. We need to, like I said earlier, put us as a little bit more of a priority. We're important too. And strengthening our relationship with ourselves is going to be vital as we go forward. Be content. Yeah, we might not be happy with it. We can't do everything that we want or be everything that we'd hoped or what other people had hoped. Be content with what we are able to accomplish. Because the more of that positive energy, especially towards self, that we have, well, the more things are going to flow, the better things are going to feel, and the more able we're going to be to do more. Because things are going to fall into place better for us. We're using our third eye thinking center. We're accessing our tools and our supports, and we're feeling things move and shift. High vibration attracts further high vibration. Show justice. I've mentioned this a number of times. We do need to balance things out. Justice, well, the show justice is very much connected into the tarot, the justice card, where we are looking at that balance. And it's not, if you look at her eyes, here it is blindfolded. They have that blindfold. Well, the justice card does not. We don't want to look at something and go, yeah, that's too much of a challenge. Be more of, okay, so what are the pros and cons? Yeah, it might be a lot of work. However, the payoff may be more. Or, you know what? It may be a lot of work. However, how can I bring in more supports, more help? Again, talking about using our head. We don't have to do everything our way. And Justice here talks about being okay with, you know what, things may not be as we had all hoped. It may not be the way we normally do it. There's darkness and light to everything. There is difference. There are a rainbow of colors there, guys. Allow that rainbow to come forward. We don't see it, however, it's still there. And sometimes the stuff we don't see is the most important. All right. Let's look at the healing piece. What's going to help you guys the most right now? Oh, thank you for not jumping or dropping that on the floor. Ooh, that's important. Ooh, they're being really, really kind on not dropping it. They're falling on my chair right beside me. They know how much my knees are hurting this morning. Okay, so the first one, of course, truth and integrity. You need to be honest with you. We need, and I said that earlier, and I didn't have the 7 of Swords, I pointed to the 8 of Swords. However, that truth and honesty, it's there. We need to be clear with ourselves. Where is our energy at? What would help? And I am looking at, and I've done a few energy pieces in my healing tools. Will there be more? Yes. What is going to help? Because I know those tools are important, but be honest with you, what would help? And what would not help? Those boundaries for self are just as important for boundaries for others. Signs. Be present. Yes, I know I just told you to reflect. However, a little bit of time of reflection and then being present. We need to be open to the information, the insight, the aha. We're not. The Queen of Swords, her throne usually has cherubs in it. There's birds in flight in her card. There's connection to the high vibration in her. She's in reversed. We're not as open because we're feeling overwhelmed. We're feeling like there's a lot going on and not enough time in the day. So, take that deep breath and be present. Again, like I said, those boundaries are important. Study. No, this does not mean pick up a book and start studying. Not unless that's going to cause you some great relief and is some sort of stress relief, if you will. This is more about studying the signs. And did I not say there was a rainbow? Huh. Because those signs are everywhere. We need to be open to them. And then look at the signs. How do they impact you? What does it mean to you? Again, you don't have to hyper-focus in on it. Please don't hyper-focus in on it. Use the information to your advantage. Because again, that knowledge is key. Just because it's vital and critical balance. I said, please don't hyper-focus in on things. That balance is going to be so helpful. Balancing out thoughts and feelings of self. Just saying I've got that as a meditation. Although I don't think it was with Archangel Zadkiel. I think it's with Archangel Raguel. However, still a very important meditation. Balancing out expectations and demands. Balancing out thoughts, or like the thoughts of what we want to achieve with what we can achieve. How do we feel about giving up some of that false control that we're trying to assume and being open to those rainbows and that difference? Again, check in to where you're at, how you're doing, and being open to some difference, to some change, because change is okay. Adding in and bringing in positive pieces will only add more happiness and joy to those around you. I want to thank the angels for joining us today and sharing their amazing wisdom, healing, and compassion for us. Of course, I want to thank you for joining me today. And of course, I want to thank you for joining me and the angels today. I hope that we helped you to gain a better understanding of some of the challenges that you're facing right now. Now, like always, if you enjoyed this session, please remember to give it a thumbs up, as it helps people find me on the sea of YouTube. More importantly for you, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little red bell, as I have so much more content coming forward and you don't want to miss any of it. And if you're looking for an added layer of support, I do have a Ko-fi and Patreon page, and I've left links below so you can go check it out. Again, I want to thank you for joining me and the angels in being open to the messages that we've been sharing with you. Until tomorrow, my friends.